But I guess we'll make a quick transition, still on real estate, but more towards this bigger deal that you have going on. We're not going to talk about, we're going to talk about the fun aspect here after it, but let's talk about that multifamily deal we talked about a couple weeks ago that you and the family fund is getting into. Not to go into specifics, but yeah, give us a little.
But yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I started the fund with my family. Tried to gather some capital. When you know what you know in owners club, and you don't have big money, you're kind of you're like you're scratching, you're aching, you're looking for something, you're looking for a big. So I just went and called up my family and some friends, and I was like, okay, that's it. Let's start a fund, and I know what to do. We're gonna do this and this and this. We're gonna look for big multi-families, and we're gonna look for syndications. We're gonna look for deals that big developers are, building high rises, or it's a renovated complex, houses, uh, old motels that were renovated and done into apartments. Any of that stuff that is big enough for, a syndication, right? We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. But these kind of projects, how they do it is they sell tickets, right? You guys know better than me. They sell tickets, and you can start with you can buy $1 billion project. You can get into $1 billion project with a couple of $100,000. You know, so if you have that ready, you should definitely look into these things. But yeah, the most recent one, there was one that we did in St. Petersburg in Florida, where it was an old, I don't know if it's a motel or hotel, but it's too big to be a motel, but it's like a 450 unit um, multi-family complex. It's like small houses in an area. They have like 3 blocks worth of land, common areas, green areas, parks and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a it's a uh, last time I remember was like 420 or $430 million project. We got into that ticket. There was another one, a high rise in Philly. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, just it's hard to sit back and relax when you have all this information, right? And all these connections and all this toolbox that you have to get into these things. So I just had to move. I just had to move my ass.
Yeah, it's so true, man. Because it's like, I know for me, the first time I was kind of turned on to entrepreneurship, it was like, I felt like that crazy guy running around in my house with a flashlight at 3 a.m. and looking at documents and opening up books. And I'm like, now I know that this is all possible. Why in the earth would I go work for 40 hours for somebody else, go build their dream? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
let's say I do get a great job and I go work for some company and I do 20 years there and I get promoted all the way up. It's like, you built somebody else's dream and got paid just a fraction of it. So I totally resonate with what you said. That's the whole reason Mike and I are in this. We got turned on to some information about real estate and we're like, if we can just keep doing this, eventually we'll get to a point where like we are the people that are building the dream. And I think that's really something powerful when you can sell that dream to other people and they buy into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can totally resonate with that. It's a choice, it's a struggle, but everything's a struggle. You just gotta pick which one you want, right? And it's a life. It's a literally a life choice where what you're gonna do, where you're gonna work, and who you're gonna work for. Is it yourself? Is it somebody that you don't even know in an office that you haven't visited? You know what I mean? So it's a totally different life, and I can totally attest to that. I was an investment banker, and the company that I worked for had $6 trillion in assets under management, and I'm here making whatever, how many $1,000 a month, and I'm just like a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of the pie. And I'm, uh, like I can't work in these organizations and not think, what if I'm the guy on the top floor, you know, the guy with a gym in his office or around his office, you know, he has a private chef, he has this, he has that, you know, in a high rise in downtown Boston. The building itself, just the building is valued at like $300 million. Just the building. You know, he has like seven of those in Boston, you know, so it's like, how can I not think big? How can I not think of myself as that person sitting in the high chair and, you know, looking at the view and smoking a cigar and you know what I mean? So it's the life you want to pursue, you know, if you're okay with, you know, putting your head down and taking a check at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and, you know, just being told when you can go on vacation, being told how many days off you have, being told how many sick days you have. I mean, I had seven paid time off, 7 days of vacation per year, 7 days. That's it. You know, and my family is 8,000 miles away east. So if I'm gonna visit them, I can't just visit them 7 days a year, you know. And if I visit them 7 days a year, that's it. I have no days off, you know. So it's, well, what is this? What am I doing this for? It was great money. Investment banking pays well, but and I was working much more than 40 hours a week, but still, you know, it's just the life that you want, you know, the life that you want your kids to have, and uh, how you want your kids to see you, you know. So yeah, it's a choice, man. It's a choice, and we gotta live with it and do it. There's nothing like the adrenaline and the feeling of working for yourself, right? Uh, Knowing that you're doing this for, like, there's nobody telling you what to do. You have to tell yourself what to do, right? And you have to hold yourself accountable. People think, okay, I'm working for myself. I have my own business. Well, cool, whatever. You used to work 40 hours a week on a job that you didn't like, but you moved on and opened something for yourself. Now you got to work 80 hours a week or 90 hours a week because, you know, you stop working, the business stops, the money stops. You know, it's not, can't be, you can't have a lazy week. You know, the check's still coming in. Doesn't happen, especially in wholesaling, right? Stop making calls, stop signing contracts, stop talking to agents. That's it. There's no money. And we gotta eat. We're big boys, have big stomachs, we gotta eat, you know, so yeah.
Mhm. I know you already went over the fund and everything like that, so we hit that pretty good. I have one last question for you, my friend. Where do you see the future of wholesale going here in the next couple of years? Like how different states are adapting and implementing different laws now. Where do you see our world going in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
Amazing question, dude. Amazing question. Yeah, I mean, we're hearing about a lot of, you know, regulations coming in, states banning wholesaling. I don't know what it was, North Carolina at the
South, baby. Yeah, I'm right where I am.
right. Yeah, yeah, they were like, yeah, they're getting creative with the regulations, right? You can't be a wholesaler. You can't wholesale if you don't have a license, but if you have a license, you can't wholesale. You know, so it's like what are you doing, right? But I personally think wholesaling is a problem solve. You're a problem solver, right? You're a connector. You're helping people sell their homes, and you're helping people buy homes. That's what you're doing, and there's so much value to you in the marketplace. And we've seen how much value this thing is bringing to the market in the last 2 years. So I think in the next couple of years, there's gonna be either some sort of regulatory agency or whatever for specifically wholesaling, or maybe part of the real estate agents commission, whatever. But I definitely think it's gonna be part of the equation. At some point, somebody's gonna step in and realize that, listen, these guys, some of them are, some of them are really crap at what they're doing. They're promising people some stuff. They're not delivering on things. They're ghosting people, especially out of state wholesaler. Okay, but you can literally say that about anything, about any business, right? There's people doing good, there's people doing bad, especially in a brand new business. there's gonna be bad apples. It's just gonna happen. So the more we regulate it, the more we have people like Pace, Jamil, Jerry, creating these communities and helping bringing people together and helping them with their journey. I definitely think wholesaling is going to be a big part of real estate. Everybody in real estate is going to know what wholesaling is, and let alone if not work with them. There's going to be residential, small type of real of wholesaling. There's going to be commercial, high level, like the luxury realtor, the single family home realtor, whatever it is. But wholesaling is going to be a big part of real estate. I can't not see it. It's impossible.
Yeah, we completely agree over here, man. We've been saying it for a while that like if they're gonna keep adding these laws, there's got to be something protecting us, right? Just
Yep.
getting run over, just getting told, "Hey, you guys are doing cool things, but you know what? You got to come join us and pay us and all this stuff." Which I'd rather just like Jamil, Jerry, Pace, everybody who's been flip with Rick, even I don't care who's in it, but like just the biggest people in our industry get together. We make a test. Maybe it's an owners club thing, like we make a test for owners club that you have to pass it, just like if you pay a state and a federal one, just like NAR does. But I mean, I have a feeling that's where it's going to end up going, unfortunately. But we got to have some way to protect us and get these bad apples watched over.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, that it's a bad thing and a good thing, right? It's a bad thing for because it's extra work, extra effort, but it's a good thing because it's washing away the bad apples. It's washing away the crap, the bullshit stuff, and it's making it more, you know, we know very well how listing agents see us, right? So I think when that happens, we'll be looked at in a more professional way and a more, you know, okay, this guy is also, he's gonna solve my problem, you know? So yeah, I definitely agree with you, man.
Beautiful, Ali. Well, dude, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. Thanks for your time. I always love talking to you guys. I know we have our podcast, all the guys on Wednesday, but I love always chopping it up with you. So thanks for your time, brother.
But thank you.
Really, yeah, I'm always super happy to hear you doing well in life, dude.
Appreciate that. Likewise, my man. Likewise. It's always a pleasure talking to you, boys.
Absolutely. But thank you everybody for joining us this week on Wise Invest Real Estate Financial Freedom Friday. As you heard these amazing stories from one of our buddies, Ali, fellow Owners Club member who's killing it out here. Ali, real quick before we get out of here, hit your socials here. Let them know where people can find you. So if they have any hot deals for you in your markets, they can send it to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So everybody follow me on Instagram, Ali Safieddine, EE. So that's ALISAFIEDDINAA. Sorry, guys, I'm Middle Eastern. You gotta deal with it.
Love it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Peace.